I had an honor of designing this year's Remembrance Day coin for my country, Canada. It's a $20 fine silver coin featuring an arrangement of poppy flowers, some beautiful engraving, and of course it's enhanced with selective color. In this video, I'll take you on a rare behind-the-scenes trip to share my process with you and answer some of the common questions that arise when people hear that I get to design these compositions that end up on gold and silver coins produced by the Royal Canadian Mint. Of course, most of you know me as a watercolor artist with a passion for botanical art. That's what I teach on my channel, and that's what I love to do in my spare time. But I've been designing Canadian coins for over 10 years now, and I get a lot of questions about this part of my creative career. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to share more about how I do it, show you my latest coin up close, and hopefully inspire you to draw or paint something new today, because even if you're simply in love with drawing your favorite flowers, you never know where your artwork might end up. Let's open the coin first, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the design itself, and then I'll show you my process work and how the design came about. As you can see, it comes in this beautiful box with a certificate of authenticity, basically stating that it's a $20 fine silver coin and it's proof quality authorized by the Government of Canada. This coin has limited mintage worldwide, so there are only 7,500 of these minted, and mine is edition 149. And the poppies, of course, are the enduring symbol of remembrance. I wanted to capture their beauty and resilience, and my main idea for the design was to show them from different angles and in different stages of bloom. So the biggest poppy is prominently positioned above the ribbon, pointing upwards towards the sun, and this is the biggest open flower shown in full bloom to symbolize strength and the prevailing power of life. The second flower is pointing down and serving as a visual reminder of the lives lost in war and the ongoing need to support those who have served in the armed forces. I drew the third flower as a bud, barely open and about to bloom, referencing the fact that poppies have this remarkable ability to thrive and bloom amidst adversity. And so they symbolize resilience, hope, and the renewal of life, even in the face of tragedy. The obverse side of the coin features the effigy of His Majesty King Charles, created by another Canadian artist, Stephen Rosati, and this you can find on all Canadian coins going forward, so I'm only responsible for this other composition featuring the flowers on the reverse side. Arriving at a composition like this takes a while, and I always work with the Royal Canadian Mint team. It's quite a collaborative process as I do my best to capture the vision they have for each new coin. And it always starts with a lot of thumbnail sketches as I try to come up with lots and lots of ideas. In this case, different flower arrangements that also allow for placement of other elements like the year when the coin is minted, and of course Canada is featured prominently as well. In addition, I've introduced the ribbon and lots of stylized poppy leaves. I usually sketch in this multimedia sketchbook from Stillman & Byrne. It's perhaps a bit too luxurious, maybe too expensive for like regular draft sketches because the paper is very, very thick. But I do like to preserve my draft coin concepts as a book. So I actually have like hundreds of different coin ideas that I've sketched out over the past decade for the different coins minted in Canada. And I like that most of them are kept in one place in a bound book like this. And you can find some of the more recent coins I design on my website, and also all of them, of course, are on the Royal Canadian Mint website if you're curious to see more. Many of them feature really interesting elements like real diamonds, and some of them are literally like miniature sculptures, so they make really lovely gifts even if you're not strictly into collecting coins. Typically, once I have a few pencil sketches that I really like and the team at the Royal Canadian Mint also approves, I bring them into an app called Procreate and has everything I really need to execute the drawing in high detail using my iPad Pro. And it all starts very rough. I'm still rearranging the elements quite a bit, but eventually I progress to a very highly detailed drawing, and I think this is one of the more surprising elements of this type of work. Although the coins are relatively small, the actual design is very big if I zoom in closely. And this is on purpose so that I'm able to show the engravers all the intricate details in my design and make it easier for them to then translate it into metal. And I do take many days, hundreds of hours to capture every single detail, every little aspect of light and shadow that eventually appears in silver or gold on the final coin. And this is also where I start testing the colors if I know the coin will feature some selective color. So for these poppies, the flower petals are shown in full color on 2 of the poppies, with hues ranging from vivid scarlet to more gentle shades of crimson. Burgundy hues add depth and dimension to their appearance, and I use lots of personal reference photos to study the petals up close to capture different aspects of the flower anatomy. The leaves are stylized to allow execution in metal, and you can see the 3 arching stems are being held together by a ribbon in the center, each one curved slightly so that they echo the circular shape of the coin for maximum visual impact. If you like digital art and wonder what brushes I use, it's actually very straightforward. You don't really need anything special. In fact, I only use 3 for the most part that are included in the basic version of Procreate. The technical pen brush from the inking collection for all my outlines, it's my favorite. Then the medium airbrush for coloring and shading, and very rarely the damp brush from the painting collection if I want to add some texture. I don't think I've ever purchased any custom brushes for Procreate. I'm really a minimalist when it comes to brush tools. I think my main skill lies in putting together compositions and color arrangements, so the brushes are a sort of secondary supporting element in this entire process. But I do get extremely detailed when it comes to rendering the smallest elements, and this attention to detail I think comes from my training in Ukrainian folk art. I first learned it when I was about 10 years old, and it's all about precision, tiny details, and intricate organic compositions. So I think my training in that area and my love for slow, intricate rendering of details is what makes me suitable for this type of work. And here you can see the final version of the coin. It evolved quite a bit from the first initial pencil sketch, and I moved some of the elements around, including the ribbons and the flower buds, so that it's more centered and balanced. And this is kind of a part of this process and the reason why these projects take many weeks to complete before I pass them on to the wonderful team at the Mint to be engraved. You have to be very patient and love the subject you're working with. I do love poppy flowers, and I've painted them in watercolor many times. I have several tutorials on this subject specifically, so this project was an absolute joy and an honor to work on. My grandparents and great-grandparents survived and fought through the Second World War in Ukraine, which deeply influences my perspective on remembrance. And so contributing to this coin feels very meaningful, and I hope it brings honor to the legacy of all who served and continue to serve. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will see you soon with more intricate and colorful art.